Welcome to the new year 2024, and especially welcome to this episode of Greenhorn Live.
In this week's broadcast, we bring to you 3 of the latest news items, freshly harvested from the lively and energetic environment at Springfield High School.
Sprinting toward the new year with veracity and endless gusto are the members of Springfield High School's indoor track team. Now, with the season recently kicked off, team members as well as longtime coach Jim Fogg told Greenhorn Live all about what they do and what can be expected in the season to come.
There's a lot of things I like about indoor track. I think it helps keep me in shape after my soccer season.
We've got the biggest team I've ever coached in indoor track. I love working with the athletes and watching them grow and develop and find a direction that they didn't know existed, finding an event that they didn't know existed.
I like to hurdle, and I just like the atmosphere of track overall.
And sometimes we practice on or in the tech center, whether it's on the stairs or in the hallway.
A lot of returning veterans with promise of real results this year. I expect a couple to place in states.
It's a lot larger than the last couple of years. The last couple of years we've had like a total of 5-6 people.
I'll tell you, our relays are really looking great this season. The girls, coming off of their win in the 4x800 meter, have 3 returning girls that'll be running this winter. The boys are putting together a 4x200 that looked really good in our first outing on Sunday.
Just coming out of the oven is a hot new batch of cafeteria news. Cafeterias since the dawn of high school time have been notoriously infernal places of clamor and racket.
As can be assumed, Springfield students and staff certainly have something to say about the racket. Greenhorn Live reporters gathered a handful of statements and opinions from the student body to see what they have to say about the situation in the lunchroom.
I stopped eating at the cafeteria because, there was too much tomfoolery going on in the lunch lines, like people be cutting and stuff.
I would describe the atmosphere as very chaotic. I don't think it's a very relaxing atmosphere.
The cafeteria staff, they have to literally quiet people because they're too noisy.
People cutting the line and throwing food. There's food fights every day.
There's some tables that get really, really loud sometimes.
I feel like it's a time for, students to come, meet with friends, chill out, take a load off from your classes, and I think it's hard to do in this atmosphere. I would like to see it be a little calmer.
The room itself is very chaotic. There's no rules there. Everyone just kind of runs around and does a bunch of things. There's no set boundaries.
And I think it's annoying that the tables are constantly switched around.
People flipping the light switches, and I think that can very easily just put a cover over them or something.
I think it's definitely chaotic and could be controlled a little better.
Other kids are screaming and turning the lights off and being distracting, and then in the lunch lines, kids will be yelling when you're trying to get your lunch.
I got one word for the cafeteria, and it's tomfoolery.
While Vermont's winter landscape has historically been known to become somewhat of a vast and bleak domain of perpetual doom between December 21st and the early days leading into April, so far in this winter season, things on the snowfront have been considerably underwhelming.
With a measly couple of days of melty snow, along with a few spinnings here and there, we've had an overall brown winter as of now. However, things are set to change over the weekend with a possible snow accumulation of 1 to 3 inches to cover the hills and valleys, coating our green mountains with a sheet of white. In light of this incoming ferocious flurry, Springfield High School students and teachers told Greenhorn Live what they love and hate about the snowy season.
I love the snow, the look of the snow. It's beautiful outside.
I'm not a big fan of it personally.
I love snow. I mean, when it gets cold out and the snow starts falling, I love it.
Kind of mid. I gotta shovel it. You guys gotta shovel it.
I love it. It's great.
I personally like snow. Winter is my favorite season.
I spent years skiing. I love being out there. I love being active in the snow.
You can make a snowman with it and snow forts and throw it at people, so.
Oh, I love winter. I love snow days.
Driving has been extremely hard with the snow going on.
I never crashed on ice.
Ice is terrible. Terrible. I don't mind snow driving, but anytime I see ice in the forecast, I try to avoid the roads at all cost.
I did almost crash into a tractor plowing ice.
Other than slowing me down on my walk home, it doesn't really do anything.
Ice? I don't like ice. It causes you to die.
But the cold is awful. If I could live somewhere where it's 65 degrees and just snow on the ground, great.
I love ice. I used to be a hockey player, so ice is a big part of my life.
I love trying to forecast snow days. It's kind of a well-known thing, hobby of mine, as a matter of fact, so love it.
And on that chilly note, we come to the end of the first Greenhorn Live installation in the new year.
We'd like to thank you for watching and welcome you once more to 2024. Signing off,